Hello everybody and welcome to the Church of St. Nicholas in Stretton Rutland, brightened each spring by snowdrops and aconites, named by the Saxons for its position beside the Roman Ermine Street. Kings have stayed here in 1299, 1306 and 1316, taking days on their trip north to Scotland. St. Nicholas's Church has stood here for 900 years. Stretton Churchyard bears silent testimony to departed generations. The actual building of Stretton Church began in the decades following 1066, but its close proximity to the A1-M1 road on Ermine Street really does indicate there could possibly have been a Roman settlement here long before that. Anybody familiar with a journey north on the A1-M1 will be familiar with the Ram Jam Inn, and this is the family tomb of Charles Blake, the keeper of the Ram Jam house. Notoriously, Dick Turpin, the famous outlaw, spent many an evening drinking in the Ram Jam Inn. Stretton Church was greatly extended in the 13th century as the population increased. This west wall is over 5 feet thick, and before the church's restoration it had sunk so much that the bell turret leaned 9 or 10 inches out of the perpendicular and had to be supported by this central additional wall. 2 new lancet windows were inserted, bringing much needed light into the nave. The chancel was doubled in size at the same time in the 13th century. The change in its masonry can be seen on this external north wall. Why was this ancient sundial carved high above the south door? Across the 900 years, visitors enter the church through this Norman south doorway. Here above the door you can see a semicircular stone tympanum above the main south door. Surprisingly, it's undecorated. To the left of the chancel arch is a survival from the 13th century. Until the Reformation, the chancel was separated from the nave by a rood screen supporting a cross and rood loft, reached by rood stairs. Of these, only 2 still exist to the left. On the south wall is a low window with the lower section now blocked up. Around the arch, which leads to the south transept, may once have spanned the smaller chancel of the original church. The 14th century square-headed window on the south wall has two lancets which are slender, widely splayed, pointed arch windows of the 13th century. Now this is quite odd. To the right of the altar is a 6-foot wide recess of the early 14th century, and it actually cuts into the 13th century double-arched piscina to the left. Was the arched recess in the chancel a founder's tomb? Most of the interior woodwork, such as the pulpit, altar rails and so, dates from the restoration in 1881. This font is of the late 12th century. It has slightly carved sides and round mouldings at each angle. The Church of St. Nicholas in Stretton, Rutland.